right, guys. You should have your module workbook with you, and we are on page 27. Page 27 in the module workbook. All right, so this first module was mainly like place value and regrouping and rounding. So those are the three main things we talked about. And you have your module 1 test to take this week, and I wanted to take today's lesson to the time for this lesson to kind of do the review and go over some of the questions that may be on your test. And I was trying to go into the Ed Your Friend in Learning so that I can pull up like a sample of your test and look at who has done the study guide, and not a lot of people have done the study guide. I think a lot of y'all have done this this new math curriculum that we started last year. I think most people were in Shelby County last year. So we started a new curriculum, and this curriculum is a lot different than what we've been doing. And these tests are not as easy as the module review and things like that. So I wanted to, when I give the study guide for you to do for the week, that is super important to do because the study guide is just a different version of your test. It has just different numbers and different names. So that study guide that you have assigned in Ed Your Friend in Learning, you need to do that before you do your test so that you can practice and see what the test questions are going to look like. Okay, so we're on page 27 on the module review. The first section is the vocabulary. Choose the correct term from the vocabulary box to complete the sentence. The blank of 512,789 is 500,000 plus 10,000 plus 2,000 plus 700 plus 80 plus 9. What gives in that blank? Which one of those vocabulary words goes in that blank?
Expanded form.
There we go. Somebody answered expanded form. Number 1, the expanded form of 512,789 or 512,789. Good. If you just joined us, we are on page 27 in your math workbook. All right, number 2, when you blank a number, you exchange amounts of equal value to rename the number. Which one of those do you think is exchanging the amounts of equal value to rename the number? Like my example of hundreds. I have 300 $1 bills, and I go to the bank and I say, I want to exchange these because I don't want to have to keep up with all this money. It takes up too much room. I want bills that won't take up as much room. So they're going to give me 3 $100 bills instead of 300 $1 bills. So what do you think number 2 is?
Regroup.
All right, regroup, great. When you regroup a number, you exchange amounts of equal value to rename the number. Good. And number 3, blank describes the value of a digit in a number based on the location of the digit. Which one of those do you think it is? This describes the value of a digit in a number based on the location of the digit. There's a key word in there.
Place value.
Yeah. Place value, good. Place value. The place value describes the value of a digit in a number based on the location of the digit. All right. Number 4. Select all of the ways to regroup and rename 4,200. State which strategy or tool you will use to answer the question. Explain your choice and then select the answers. I'm not so much worried about all that. I just want you to select the answers. So I have 4,200 written on my screen, and I got to figure out which one of these options is a way for me to regroup and rename 4,200. Okay, in that question, it says to select all of the ways. So that means it's possible for there to be more than one answer. Okay, so you're probably going to be selecting more than one. Okay, so I do best when I go through all of my answer choices and I see if it matches. Okay, so A says 4,200. Remember, I'm going to stop. It says hundreds, so I'm going to go to the hundreds place and I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to scoop to the hundreds place because I'm trying to figure out if that's how many hundreds it is. So is 4,200 equal to 4,200? What's in my scoop? What number is in my scoop? What number is that?
42.
Yeah, that's 42. So 4,200 is equal to 42 hundredths. So A is an option. Let's go to the next one. B says 42 thousandths. Okay, so I'm going to go to my thousands place. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands. We're on page 27. So here's my thousands place. My 4. I'm going to stop there and I'm going to scoop to the beginning. What number is in my scoop? What number's in there? 4. Good. 4 is there. So is 4,200 equal to 42 thousandths? No, it's not. Look, if it's equal to 42 hundredths, is it going to be equal to 42 thousandths? That's the same. 42 hundredths and 42 thousandths. That's not going to be equal to. Okay, so it is not 42 thousandths. It's equal to 4 thousandths. All right. 4,200 is equal to how many ones? All right. C says 4,200. So we got to figure out if 4,200 is equal to 4,200 ones. All right. So here's my ones place. I'll stop my scoop here, go all the way to the front. What number is in my scoop? Yeah, 4,200 is in my scoop. So 4,200 is equal to 4,200 ones. If I said, here I have 4,200 and I need you to get all of the ones from, I gave you a big bucket of base 10 blocks and they were just ones. If I gave you that big bucket of ones and I said, show me 4,200, you would have to count 4,200 of those ones, right? Yeah, you would. Yes, you would. Okay. Going on to D. Need to scroll down. I guess I go to the next page. D says 420 tens. All right. So I'm going to write out my number. Ooh, okay. 420 tens. So I'm going to go to my tens place. Here's my ones. Here's my tens. I'm going to stop here. I'm going to do my scoop all the way to the beginning. And here's my number that's in my scoop. What number is that? Good. 420. So D says 420/10. So is that right? Yep. D is an answer. So we have A, C, and D so far. All right, now let's figure out if it's equal to that many ones. Okay, so it says 420 ones. Let's see how many ones it's equal to. We just answered this question, but let's go back. Okay, here's my ones place. I'm going to go all the way to the beginning of the number. So that's how many ones it's equal to. So is it equal to 420 ones? What number's in that scoop? Is 420 in that scoop? Yeah, 4,200's in that scoop, so it is not E. It's equal to 4,200 ones, not 420 ones. And last one. See if I can squeeze it in right here. 4,200 is equal to how many thousands? I'm going to shorten it. Okay. It says 420 thousands. All right, let's go to our thousands place. Here's my thousands place, and I'm going to scoop to the beginning. Is that equal to 420 thousands? No. How many thousands is that in that scoop? 4. So is F our answer? Nope. F is not our answer. So our answers are A, C, and D. For number 2, or 4, sorry. For number 4. All right, number 5. Which is the correct value that completes the sentence? The value of the digit 2 in 321,705 is blank times the value of the digit 2 in 32,571. All right, I want you to underline the 2 in 321,705, and I want you to underline the 2 in 32,571. Underline the 2's in that number so you can see where that 2 is. All right, so there's our 2. So we have a 2 in the 10,000s place, and then we have a 2 in the thousands place. But the question wants to know how many times bigger the value of the 2 in 321,705, how bigger that 2 is than this 2 in 32,571. Remember when I said if I have 10 ones, or how many ones it's going to take to get to a 10 in a base 10 block. How many ones will it take for me to trade to get a 10? Show me with your fingers. How many ones is it going to take for me to trade to get a 10? Show me with your fingers. All right, no more highs to each other. No, we're not chatting right now. I need to see fingers. How many ones is it going to take for me to trade to get a 10? Okay, I'm seeing different numbers. So if you have a $10 bill and you need ones to go get something out of the Coke machine, and you say, hey, I need ones because the Coke machine doesn't take a $10 bill. Can you help me? I'll say, yeah. if you give me your $10 bill, I'll give you how many of my ones so that we won't lose money? It's going to be 10. Yeah, I'm going to trade in 10 ones for a 10. How many 10s is it going to take for me to get to 100? How many 10s does it take for me to make a 100? Yeah, show me with your fingers. It's going to take 10. Good. How many hundreds is it going to take for me to trade in for 1,000? Show me with your fingers. How many hundreds is it going to take for me to trade in for 1,000? Okay, what number are we saying over and over and over and over again? We're saying 10 over and over again. Every time we go up, it's 10 times bigger. So if we have, I should have lined these up better. There we go. All right, so if I have a 2 in the thousands place, and then I have a 2 in the 10,000s place, and that means it goes up one place. How many times bigger is that 2? How many times bigger is this 2? Instead of 2,000, I have 20,000. What number did you just say over and over again? Yeah, 10. It's 10 times bigger. Times 10. 10 times bigger. So number 5 is the 2 10 times bigger, 100 times bigger, 1,000 times bigger, or 10,000 times bigger? I'm assuming you put 10. Good. 10 times bigger. All right. Go to the next page. Flip it over. All right, number 6. Oh, you can do this. I want you to write it. What is 200,000 plus 80,000 plus 500 plus 70 plus 1 written in standard form? Standard form means just the regular way. Write it in that blank. Oh, I see some people writing. I don't see some others writing. Remember that you have a test on this week. So if you aren't doing your job, then it's not going to work. All right, Miranda, we're on page 28 in your math workbook. All right, so all you're doing is just putting that number together. So we have 200,000, so I'm going to write a 2 first. 200,000 plus 80,000, yep, then that 8 goes in the next place. Plus 500,000, or no, sorry, plus 500, so there's no thousands. Next is the hundreds, so there's 5 hundreds, plus 7 tens, plus 1. That should be the number you wrote, 280,571. That was number 6. All right, Number 7. In the United States, about 620,000 dogs that enter animal shelters as strays are returned to their owners. Which numbers round to 620,000 when rounded to the nearest 10,000? Select all that apply. That means there's probably more than one answer if it says to select all that apply. All right, I want you to circle the number or the place that we're rounding to. It says when rounded to the nearest, circle it. 10,000. Circle 10,000. All right, so here's our first one. Guys, when it says to select all that apply, you need to go through every single answer and make sure that it works or it does not work, okay? So let's start with A. If it works, we're going to put a check mark by it. If it doesn't work, we're going to cross through it because it's not going to work. So our first number is 619,000. Whoa, that's a crazy 6. Let me start that over. 619,000. All right, we got to remember which place we're rounding to, and you should have circled it. We are rounding to the nearest 10,000s place. So let's underline the 10,000s place. Here's our ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000. So our 1, okay? We got to decide if that 1 is rounding up or if it's rounding down. The number next to it is what tells us to round up or down. So I'm going to draw an arrow to the next number below it, that 9. Okay, if I have a 9, does that mean I'm rounding up or down? Yeah, I see some people showing me rounding up, okay, because that 9 is closer to the 10 than it is the 0. So we are rounding up. So if we round 1 up, that is a 2. And remember, everything after that place turns into zeros. That 9 is now a 0, and everything else is a 0. So does 619,000 round to 620,000? What number did we round? What number is that? Is that 620,000? Yeah, it does. All right, next is 605,000. All right, we're still rounding to the 10,000s place. So I'm going to go to the 10,000s place and underline it. Here's my ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s. All right. So I've got to figure out if that 0 is going to round up or down. So I'm looking at the place next to it. This one right here, this 5. Is that 5 telling me to round up or down? It is rounding up. Remember, 0 to 4 rounds down. 5 to 9 rounds up. So that 5 is telling me to round up. So that 0 is now a 1. And everything after that turns into a 0. So does 605,000 round to 620,000? Is that what I wrote right here, what we just rounded to? Does it round to 620,000? Does that say 620,000? No. So this one is a no. B is a no. All right, I want you to figure out if C rounds to 620,000. Your turn. You practice it. You're trying to see if 621,000 rounds to 620,000. You should underline the place, draw your arrow, and then rewrite it rounded to see if it matches.
Faculty and staff, please check your email regarding a quick meeting this afternoon. Check your email regarding a quick meeting this afternoon.
All right, so we have 621. So we're trying to round, we're rounding to the 10,000s place. So I'm gonna underline that number in that place. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s. All right, now I'm gonna look at the next number. It helps me to draw the arrow to the next place. And that's a 1. All right, so is that 1 telling me to round up or down? I'm going down. Good, I'm going down. Okay, remember when we say down, it stays the same. Okay, so we got everything after that place turns into a 0. So does 621,000 round to 620,000? I see heads shaking. I'm not really quite sure why heads are shaking because I have the number right here. What number is that? What number is that? That number is 620,000. What number are we trying to round 621,000 to? There's the number we're trying to round to. Do they match? Yes, they match. So this is going to round to 620,000. All right. I don't have time. We can go through one more, and then I don't think we'll have time to go to the next 2 problems. All right. Actually, let's just skip to 8. Let's skip to number 8. It says, which comparison is true? Select all that apply. All right, so A says 37,940 is greater than 37,939. Okay. $37,940, and we have 37,939. Okay, when you are comparing these, you need to start in the largest place. Okay, so that's our 10,000. So they both have a 3. Okay, so they're both equal so far. Next place is a 7. They both have 7, so they're still equal. I'm going to keep going. You have a 9 and a 9. Still equal. I'm going to keep going. Oh, now we have a 4 and we have a 3. Which one's bigger, the 4 or the 3? Show me with your fingers. What number is bigger, 4 or 3? Okay, good. Yes, 4 is greater. So that means 37,940 is greater than 37,939. So is A true? Does A work? Yes, it does. Remember, it wants to eat the bigger number. Alligators want a big meal. They don't want a small meal. They want the big meals. They're going to eat the big one. That alligator mouth right here is going to eat the bigger number. There's the teeth. Okay. B, 473,248 is equal to 473,248. What do you think? Give me a thumbs up if you say yes. Give me a thumbs down if you say no. Is B true? Yes or no? All right. If I look over there, I see a 4 in the 100,000s place. Yep, in both of them. 7 in the 10,000s place. Yep, in both of them. 3 in the thousands place in both of them. 2 hundreds, 4 tens, and 8 ones. So yes, they are equal. They are equal to. All right, I've got to stop. But if you have any questions about your study guide, before you move on to your test for this week, I need you to do that study guide that is in Ed. You do not have a study guide in your module workbook. Okay, it's a separate thing. So you have to go do that study guide in the Ed Your Friend in Learning website. Okay, that is going to be just like your test. So if you do your study guide, it's going to help you with your test. All right, I will see you back here at 11 o'clock. Make sure you type your name to get your participation points, and I will see you later.